What is up, YouTubers? This is your boy Mr. Mama back here in another video. I'm recording from my house as usual. So today's video, basically talk about what the fuck I'm talking about. I don't even know something, but I'll come up with something that's a decent topic. I know DC's been considering using Tom Cruise's Green Lantern, and truthfully, I think they should use Mark Wahlberg, but I know Cruise probably had the first shot, and he's probably considered, and that's all good and all, but I really think Wahlberg would probably be better, but if they want to use Cruise, then that's fine. I mean, nothing against that. I mean, that's just how DC works and all that random stuff that they do, which is pretty much what DC does anyway. Not that I'm hating on it, but I mean, it's like I mean, if they can consider Cruise, and at least consider Charlie Hunnam for Green Arrow, because I think he'd be the perfect role for it. A guy from Sons who played Jax Teller. I think that would be an excellent role for him. Get somebody for John Jones, figure that out, and then, work on Hawkgirl and Hawkeye and, everybody else, and get all those characters basically set up at this point for that. Figure out a decent strategy, figure out what the hell they're gonna do, figure out how they're gonna get all this stuff, together now, in a sense where this is gonna be a really awesome series for DC as well. And Marvel, like I said, Marvel's got all their stuff down. They don't need to worry about anything else. They got what they need. But DC is like the one less of many movies that they can do, but they don't have a lot to come out with as much, and it's not a concern. It's more like, are they going to do anything? Are they going to get on the topic? Are they going to get the ball rolling? Are they going to get things going now, instead of worrying about it now, then later on, and you want to consider it because you want to continue with what they're doing as a process of, are they going to make these movies great? Are they going to be awesome? Are they going to be good? Are they going to be something that people want to see again and again and again? Everybody has those type of questions, and for us fans, we're like, okay, we know what's going on. I know how the storyline's going to work. We already know about everything else that we need to know. We just want to figure out where the other character is going to be based on and how that's going to work out. Are they considered people for other roles, for other superheroes, or other villains, or whatever, the whole 9 yards. It's just they have to try to consider that now, instead of waiting a long one. Now, okay, we fucked up, we didn't get anybody we specifically wanted, but this person specifically didn't want this, or she or he didn't want this role. But again, since somebody else for it, you have to get on the ball now. And from my perspective of it is, find somebody good for a certain character, get that person down there, he or she, and get it done. Don't worry about it in the long run, because you'll forget about it, and you'll be like, oh shit, we fucked up. Well, that's on them, I mean, it truly is. Has to be considered, and get that done as soon as possible. Don't wait any longer for it. Get on it, get it done, and worry about it from there. Make it all good, make it all better, make everybody happy, then that's it. And I know from reading, getting off topic from DC for a moment, I know not for a fact, but I know the director for Guardians of the Galaxy is not going to be doing another Guardians of the Galaxy film, so probably somebody else for that. I know they were considering making a third one. I don't know if they're gonna do it or not. But they might. For Guardians 3, not much else on there. Marvel's pretty much quiet, working on what they're gonna do and whatnot. So, all good is there. So it's good with that. DC's got their thing. Not much to go on there. Really not much at all with that. I mean, DC's got what they got to do, so keep it on that subject. What else? Trying to think what else I can think of. I already thought did Fantastic Four topic. Thing, Venom, Wolverine, all that fun stuff. She-Hulk. I don't know who's gonna do that. That's a Marvel thing. I wonder for Spider-Man, like Homecoming or whatever, are they gonna use like another, Green Goblin like they did in the first, like they did in the first, I think the first one, the second one it was. I think it's the first one that they did with that, with using the Green Goblin, where they bring that back. I mean, that was pretty much a very, popular character, and I know in the recent Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield, they used Paul Giamatti for the Rhino in the Rhino robot suit. I mean, I think the costume would have been better, but that's just my opinion on it. I think they really should I really think they should use Green Goblin for Spider-Man Homecoming movie, or the Sinister Six. I mean, that would be pretty cool. Even like a Doc Ops, and whoever they can get for that would probably make a really good one. I know they're working on Spider-Man and Venom and all that. That's gonna take time. Like I said, I really think that, my personal, I think they should really get a Green Goblin, because that was pretty cool in the first one, and how they transition that, into the series of it. I mean, like I said, I watched all the cartoons, I watched what I need to watch about it, and I really think they should really consider that. They gotta get on that. I mean, that would probably be really good. And I know the next Avengers 4 is going to be really good from what I've been hearing about it and whatnot, keeping updates on it as much as I can about that universe, the Marvel universe. How they transition and how they're going to do all this and figure out what's next, and how they're going to fix all the things with Thanos and so forth and so forth, I mean, might get on that. But like I said, that just popped in my head. Like, they should consider that as well. I know they're going to do good with that. I mean, like I said, Marvel's got a lot of good characters and good storylines about the characters as well. I just to continue in it. Another thing before I forget, they're gonna do a sequel to a Doctor Strange, which is awesome. With the same character, Benjamin something Cumberbatch. Yeah, he's gonna do a Doctor Strange again. So that'll be a nice series with that. I mean, I think they should definitely consider that as well. Using him. He's good. Very good, actually. He's very good Doctor Strange, I think. Nobody else would, be good for that role besides him. Consider that as well. You want good actors and actresses for all that. What else can I really think of at the moment? Pop in my head. So I watch a lot of different things on YouTube, and I try to get, on Facebook and YouTube, and try to consult what I can think of and what to say as well, compared to all that. What else? These so good. Back to DC for a minute. Now with DC, with all the villains and everything, I mean, they're gonna Luthor. Are they gonna get a Bane? Are they gonna get a Poison Ivy? Are they gonna get, like, Catwoman, or, not Daredevil, Robin, or, Robin or somebody, or, so they got all these characters to consider for DC, and there's a lot of consideration out there. And they got, DC's got their thing and whatnot, and like I said, I mentioned one of the various lack of DC movies, and I'm not wrong on that. I mean, Marvel's put a lot more than they have in the last few years now, and consider it all, it's kind of an interesting topic, really. I mean, with Joker and all that changing around, I mean, like, if Heath Ledger was still around, rest in peace, his soul, I really, truthfully, in my opinion, I said it a few times, like, he really should be the Joker for that, Suicide Squad movie, and the next, Bat movie was still alive, he would kill it, he would make it awesome. He would do excellent. Nothing against Jared Leto. He's doing good as Joker. Like I said, they changed up so many different Jokers. They tried so many new people out for different characters, and they gotta come up with all these new things, and come like a Two-Face. They gotta do a Two-Face now, a Freeze, a Enigma. Like I said, they have a lot of characters to consider. I mean, DC's got some pretty good villains, and Marvel's got their stuff as well, but DC's got some good villains as well that contribute with it as well, and I think that my personal opinion, I think they will get characters for that. I really think they can come up with some good people for it. I don't think it needs anybody for, like, from, Gotham at all, from the TV series, but I doubt that. They still gotta get, like, a Clayface, they gotta get, like, all these characters they can consider, and, with all that, it's like you have a lot of different ideas and characteristics of how can they make DC movies and Marvel movies better by contributing into these awesome characters, watch the cartoons, get some ideas, read people's opinions and blogs and all this stuff. So you have to consider that the most, because that brings ideas into the next movie for either Marvel, for DC, or for, sequels to Doctor Strange, or to, whatever. That's stuff they need to actually consider now to get that done, so you have an idea of what to do next and how to proceed with it. If you don't proceed with it, you're gonna screw up and you're gonna fuck it all up, and then you're gonna, like, we messed up on it. But I think, with anything they can do between both, DC and the Marvel Universe, I think that's gonna be pretty well. And even, like I said, they're considering considering it DC versus Marvel, and that's a tough, I don't know if it's an easy but tough decision to do, because I'd be kind of interested on how that storyline's going to work out, basically, because that's never really happened before. Marvel meeting up with DC, that's like kind of a weird scenario, It's very strange and very odd, in my opinion, really. It's kind of like, okay, you're gonna have DC meet Marvel for the first time ever in the universe. It's just like, that's a little chaotic in a way. I've never seen the cartoons. I never really thought anyone would ever consider that 1,000 years, like taking two major universes together. Is that gonna be a good blockbuster? It's gonna be a big hit. It's gonna make a lot of money. Nobody knows, but you do gotta consider those. You gotta consider, Solo Bat movie, Men of Steel 2, if they ever, I think they will do that. And when the Woman coming out and all that eventually, and all these different sequels to different movies. And they gotta be good. They gotta come up with a good start, and they gotta continue with Justice League. Slowly bring some characters, and Marvel bring some more in. I'm just to consider it all, because there's a lot of characters out there for the DC universe. Same thing with the Marvel universe, because DC's got the Justice League headquarters and all that space and all this stuff, and I think they could use to consider that. They have a Justice League headquarters on the ground as well. Even in space, they get all this stuff. They will consider it. There's a lot of characters that are into that universe, and from watching the cartoons, you never figured they'd make all these movies, but it's like, oh, holy crap, it's gonna be awesome. Same thing with Marvel. You never figured they're gonna do, like, make an Iron Man or, Captain America and all these awesome films. It's just, you never thought a billion years that they would make these awesome films that would enjoy the people, kids, families, and all this cool stuff. How I see it is, I think if they continue basically base it on great storylines between DC and Marvel, they'll do great. If they consider using, like, specific characters for different scenes or for different, storylines or entourage or whatever, they got it. If they get, like I said, they probably would do a Justice League, headquarters in space maybe, or, or headquarters on the ground, because they do have that. They have all these different cool things they could do with that as well, and I think they will consider it. I think they may not do it. I think they should, because that'd be really a kick in the ass of, this is gonna be awesome. If they don't do it, it's gonna be like a real buzzkill. But you got all these major, film developments and all these cool things they can do. It's like, okay, let's do it now, but let's not wait 30 something fucking years to get it done now. Just continue to do what we have to do to make it better. And my personal opinion, I think that whatever they do between Marvel and DC Universe, they're going to be great at it. As long as they, pick up the game and get the ball rolling on what they need to do, I think they can get it. And the way they put things together now, I think they should have done this or this last, but where they wanted to do the storyline of different genres of different movies and how they brought everything together, I think it makes sense. But, if you cross the line and you fuck up one movie and then you're like, oh, I should have done this, but I've done it anyway, you have a shot. But, the way they put a good storyline together is get a good script, get what you need, and you got it done. But, you cannot have something like, make some character we never heard of. Oh, we never heard of Booster Gold, some guy that was just a regular superhero, had all these little robot with him and all that. You gotta make characters like that interesting. You have to make it cool. You don't want to be like, oh, this is some lame ass motherfucker we never heard of. Screw you. But no. The way the DC and Marvel Universe works, it's different minds and different, perspective directors and producers and all that as well. And the writers, it's just the way they come up with things now, it has to be excellent because it is. And if it's not, they wouldn't be doing this shit. Marvel would be doing what they're doing, DC wouldn't be doing what they're doing as well. It has to be an excellent story and has to make sense between everything that happens in both universes. And you cannot screw one thing up and not put that in there because fans like us are going to notice. We will notice little things like that because we will get it. And we will either comment on it or criticize you about it or just tell you straight up that it, sucks or not, it doesn't suck. As a fan of both universes, Marvel and DC, it's like you have to be precise on what you do and how you get it done because you cannot make a film that's not going to be 100% great, but 100% that's not going to be great, that's going to suck. You want to make something that's going to make it exciting for the fans, going to be a good storyline for the next film to come. Years to come. And to me, that's something that makes sense because if we do some random movie that no one's ever heard of, or some superhero that we've never got, we'll get it. But it has to make sense with that specific storyline because you want to continue that into the next film, like they're doing with Justice League and Suicide Squad and all that as well. It has to make sense because if you don't, it's just gonna suck. You don't want a film that's not gonna make you millions or trillions of dollars and have you criticized for it because it sucks ass. No, that's gonna fucking suck anyway. You want to make it the way you want to make it, and the way it does is how you approach it. By using specific characters or specific storylines, and how you make it is gonna make it great. And people go see it in theaters, buy a DVD, and all that. Like I said, a bunch of DC, movies and, cartoons and something Marvel as well. Over the years, you start to get into it a little more. You get into the topics, you understand it. You can go to Comic-Con, you go to this, you go to conventions, you understand it. If you don't understand it, and your first time, subscribe to whatever, you don't know anything about superhero movies or anything at all, then you're completely lost. Because somebody knows something about it like I do, or anybody that's out there would give you 10,000 different fucking comments on this, or tell you not to see this, or see that, or do this, or do not do that. It's how it works. There's always different perspectives on how people think about what they need to think about. It's like, okay, how are we gonna start today's day by doing this or doing that? It has to make sense, because if you don't, it's just gonna suck in general. You don't want to make a superhero movie or an action movie suck. You want to make it excellent and good for the fans to get a great reaction for it. If you don't, they're just going to say, fuck you, it sucked. But it has to be good. You cannot go in there and say, okay, let's make this in this film for this in this particular scene. It won't make any sense. It has to come down to how they approach it in the best way possible, and they can make it excellent. If you use a character, we've never seen or never heard of yet, we're going to be like, oh, what the fuck? Why are they introducing this character now? They should have waited a while to do it. And I think they're waiting to get the right characters for specific films of anything, that it would bring a lot of good publicity and good action against everything, that it would make sense to see it and to want to buy it. You want a film that's not going to do great and then kill the box office and like, oh, why the hell did it make this crap? Because it's going to be great. No, it has to be something that we want to see and we want to be amazed by. Changing a character now, you would notice. But people who don't understand this at all be like, oh, what the fuck is this? Oh, who was this storyline about? Watch the movies first from the beginning, and then you'll get it. Because people don't get it are morons. It has to make sense. Doesn't matter if it's a TV show, a cartoon, or a really good movie, it has to make sense to us. You cannot make a film that's not going to make somebody jump out of their seat or be like, oh shit, this is fucking awesome, we were surprised, and blah, blah, blah. That's something you don't want to hear. You don't want to hear, oh, this fuck, what the fuck were they thinking, this is crap, I'm not going to get it, and this is just a waste of time. Yeah, okay. But if you can make a great film for the great universe of DC and Marvel universe, you'll be good. You'll be gold. You'll be the king. And from how I see it, and from how everybody else sees it, it's different perspectives. It's different knowledge and different questions, and you'll answer this, you'll get that, or whatever. You'll understand it. You just can't go in there and like, what the fuck do we do? Like, blah, 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 blah. But we don't fucking get it like a bunch of idiots. You won't understand it. But the way we see and how they perspect it as we want to think as they do, the best way we can to come up with awesome and new storylines and characters that we would get it. You don't want to go in somewhere and see something you've never heard of or never seen, you don't understand it. Do research, get the storyline, get what you need, and you'll get it done. Because I'm not a genuine expert on a lot of things. I just know what I know because I watch a lot of these films. Like, understand that I get it. But you don't want to cross a certain line of any DC or Marvel because we will get it. We will call you on it. We will fucking say, "Oh, this is not right. This is not where it's supposed to go." We will call you on that, and they will understand. But you just can't go somewhere and not understand anything at all and be like a clueless moron. It's like, oh, how did this happen? Who's this? Who's that? No, you have to get it from our perspective first to watch any movie you've never seen or never heard of. Watch that first, and then you'll understand it. That's how I see it. That's the only way anyone will get a film about DC and the Marvel Universe. It has to make sense. You can't just go around telling somebody, oh, I saw this in this film. No. I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to talk about it. I want to see it and then give my perspective on it, and then I will tell you how it goes and how it works. And that's how I work. That's how it works for me. And any fan out there. It really does. And it has to, and it will. It could be anything, but from how I see it, from how everybody else sees it, it's gonna be pretty interesting year of movies. DC and Marvel as well, basically. So, go forth from there. So see how it turns out. If anything comes up, I'll let people know and they'll let me know. But see how it goes from there. So again, in my video here, I'll come back tomorrow, probably do another video or next week, whatever. As always, this is your boy, Mr. Marvel. Again, peace out.